my role was called Tash. I was this smooth who was confusing this rich guy's Chilean. Someone here in my team is like, oh my God. Yeah, well, like that's my story, that's my character.
Yeah.
You know, and then I execute that effortlessly, man. You know, I'm just a ladies man, you know what I'm saying?
Talking about, can I ask a tough one?
Yeah, sure, bro.
Can you talk about your marriage?
Yeah.
This time have you gotten married?
I got married in 2015. I got married in 2015 March, and I filed for divorce in 2015, I think December. 9 months later, like a stillborn baby.
Bruh.
Didn't survive, man, Nick.
Why?
I think I fell in love with the idea that this marriage could work without considering.
Fell in love with Urembo?
Of course, yes. I like pretty women. I like spending on my day.
No, I get it.
So basically, I think I got good taste, Esther. You know what it is. I think I got good taste.
Okay, sir.
Attracts the best, finest.
I mean, please note, you don't have to have a conversation about this. I'm just having it just because
Yo, man,
this was huge for your name, in terms of how it was dragged, but then also
for long, it was
left friends left, right, and center getting divorced.
In fact, when you Google DNG, most of my stories are about relationships and my divorce. That's what you see first. You see the photo of my ex and I.
And at this time, by the way, have you gotten your kiddo?
Yeah, my baby was born in 2013. The baby is Urutobit.
Bruh.
Hi, baby girl. I think one day my daughter will be so amazed to watch her father tell this story. Because my daughter actually Googles me. Her teachers know my name as DNG. It's like Salimia Bab Daddy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. You know, it's like Unye and the dad is Jomo Kenyatta in the Saints, Baba. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, and but it's also important for my daughter to understand who her father is and to see the journey.
Can I shock you? A lot of guys have called me, not even I call them culture shaping icons, people like you.
Yeah.
But just normal Kenyans have called me and be like, can you interview me? I just want to save this for my family.
It's important. You know, sometimes we don't really understand our parents. The same way sometimes our parents don't understand us.
Yes.
Sometimes I sit with my mom's friends and they speak of her, and it's I see a very different side of my mom, the mom I know, you know, especially those friends who worked with her in her early days and all that.
There's no difference with you. You know, when you become a parent, you look at your folks and you be like, Kumbe, even you've been winging it with me. You've been guessing.
And so sometimes also, I would like also my family and my daughter, my children to come, God willing, to see who's their father, how was their father when he was young, what mistakes did he do, what bumps did he hit, how did he navigate through the hard, rough waters, and how is he the success he is today. Because you see, life is a journey, Esther.
Yep.
Life is a journey of mistakes, blunders, winging it, as you say, and later on you figure it out, and it's a beautiful emotion. And when you look at it from a wide angle, a wide spectrum shot, you're able to see, wow, yani nilianza hivi, sasa niko hapa. Esther, when we were doing selling tapes in River Road, I never imagined I'd have my own house, or have a car, or a company, and employ other people, and have initiatives, be invited to State House, and speak with the leadership of the day. And you know what I mean?
Like the president knows your name.
I don't know if he knows my name. For me, you know, when you're at that level of engagement.
So did you interact with him?
Let me tell you, funny enough, after campaigning for Uhuru directly, I've never sat with him like this. Maybe one day I will.
Were you ever on a stage introducing him? And then he comes?
Yes. So, see, obviously he knows this guy is called DNG. Even DNG is written on my t-shirt.
Oh, but
you get what I mean? But in terms of a one-on-one
That access wasn't given.
I haven't. Yes. So because at the level of the presidency, you interact with the president's men and women.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you deal with his team, events guys, comms guys, etc. In fact, I was telling guys on my social media, the first leader I interacted, national leader interacted with one-on-one was Raila Amolo Odinga.
Yo.
Yes. One-on-one. I hosted him on my breakfast show. He spoke candidly. Kalonzo, former
Let
vice
me ask you a real
president,
question.
invited me to his home.
Do they
Juice.
seed questions to you?
What do you mean seed questions?
Do they come and say, ask me this, ask me this, ask me this? So you have liberty to ask tough questions. It's kama sahi on CTA. You say, you've not given me anything. It's me who's asking you as I please.
Ndio. Of course, I'm respectful.
I get,
I like interacting with my elders because there's a certain level of wisdom that you tap into. When you sit with your aunties, uncles, watu wa kitambo, you hear a certain paradigm and you understand them better. So, but obviously as the brand grows, you get better access to these people. They see your value and they see what you can contribute towards their journey, and now they call you, or their people call you.
So Raila came to 1FM.
Yes.
Honorable, sorry, let me take that back.
Right.
Honorable
Right,
Raila.
honorable. You have to address Raila Amolo Odinga accordingly. It is right, honorable, former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, Raila Amolo Odinga.
Okay, noted.
Yes.
He came to...
Yes, to 1FM. I've hosted him, I've hosted Mutua, Governor, I've hosted Deputy Governor Mweke, several leaders. So my show on 1FM...
Breakfast changed you.
Breakfast took me now to
changed
that arena.
And it's them who've asked to be here.
Like, so it's a mix between
you asking
their media teams or communication teams reaching out to me and also I reaching out to them. Because you see, media is a symbiotic relationship.
It's true.
You need the content, and also the interviewee needs a platform to express themselves. So
I get it.
Obviously, because 1FM was a very popular station amongst young people, so they come to talk to you. They know here kuongea na vijana. So we'd film that, put it out, record it, replay it, just make it exciting. So my show was very different, and it was also very positive for you, because Hustle Yako at this time, has it started? Yes.
Okay, you get there again. You see, this is why I love your story, DNG. And I tell you, we were about to Chapanala 4 hours. There's a lot you've done. Let's talk. Let's go emotional. Not emotional. Let's go into the marriage story.
Sure.
Because I believe just the way you're candidly sharing, there's a lot that you can give out in terms of life experience to these guys. So my question to you, did you feel like you did it before you were ready?
Not really. I felt like at that time it's what I wanted. I wanted to settle down. I've always been a guy who wants to settle down, right? I've always wanted family. I think perhaps also because I came from a single parent family, I've always wanted to have that nuclear family thing of father, mother, children. It's something I've always aspired. I may not have been successful then, but I'm going to be successful now. Amen?
Amen.
Hallelujah.
I love it.
Praise the Lord. And, also the fact that, say, my marriage did not work did not make me give up on love or relationships.
Was there a period in that time that it kind of destroyed you?
Yes. It
turned
my world upside down. And everything disintegrated. So
you were in this for...
Yeah, I was in it to win it. It wasn't a joke. Would I spend on a wedding? I'm joking. Ama erinisiyoe tukae tu. You know what I mean? Like matuelewane or whatever. So I feel like I went at it with my all, and it didn't work because we wanted different things. Fundamental ideological differences about things like tradition, things like location, where we live and raise a family to be, wealth, ideological.
But bruh, let me ask you a question. These were not conversations you guys had before?
Everyone asked me that. I'd seen all the red flags. Do you know I'd cancelled my engagement? I had. And then my best couple, or our best couple, intervened and told hizi vitu ziko, tutaelewana, tutafigure out. And also because I was in love, kept fanning the fire.
I get it.
So I didn't look at the red flags seriously, but I should have. But also, it is a very critical learning experience in my life. It is a milestone that I've experienced because I'm also who I am today because of that.
Yeah.
The understanding I have of relationships is different now. I understand that people must be on the same page, must be willing to walk the same direction and work with each other and be open to each other, be honest with each other. Those are things I've come to learn over time. Perhaps those lessons I wouldn't have learned and if I hadn't gone through that experience. And also, it's taught me what I want.
Okay,
Like the thing of,
that's a good thing.
Of having a settled family is really what I want. Therefore, it is one of the things that I'm not willing to let go of or to compromise on. We're together. So in terms of, say, a living arrangement where you live in country X, I'm in country Y.
No, that's not for you.
Can't work for me. And that's what I mean by ideological differences.
No, I get it. I fully understand that things.
Yeah.
In fact, those are the foundational things.
Yeah, materialism versus investment. Those are also fundamental challenges that people perhaps do not discuss openly, but tear apart a union because, as I said, I'm a guy of always investing, meaning that I may like good things in life, as you can see, but
it's gonna come in a few years.
In time. Like I've always wanted to have a nice car, but I knew in time, I'm not going to take bank loans to impress a woman and to show society that I've made it. Wacha niishi kwa SQ, wacha niishi kwa one bedroom. Me ni mizi. I don't get my joy from others. I don't get my, how do I put it? You know how you expect, you get your validation from other people. I don't get my validation from other people. I validate myself every day. I criticize myself every day. I push myself every day. I don't need somebody else to validate me, make me feel arty. Sasa mimi ni artist. You know how artists live from hand to mouth? Because you're living a lifestyle you cannot afford. By the time I'm making a decision to move from house A to house B, believe me, I've thought it through. Financially, logistically, in every way. I don't make decisions because other people expect me to. Otherwise, you become a follower. I'm a leader. I lead. I make decisions for me. I set the pace myself and for my generation. You see, some of the things we're talking about today, it's pioneering.
That's true.
I'm not a follower. I find it hard to follow. I have issues with following. I'm ready to work with.
But not
others,
follow.
but not follow.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think you are, and again, you don't have to answer.
Sure, hit me, brother.
Do you think your father gap
played
a role in your, in this car marriage thing?
Well, looking back retrospectively,
you know, there's something you said here. I'm a leader, I'm not a follower. Leaders at moments of times all have to be followers.
Earlier in life, until you find your footing and your purpose.
Okay, that's true.
And not to say that I don't learn from others. I don't work with others. I do all the time.
But you know where you're going.
Yeah.
No, I hear you.
Like, for example, I know my purpose is to work with young people. So youth empowerment, development, advocacy, youth engagement is part of my work. It's always been, if you look at my entire journey, I've always been talking to young people. Till today, my NGO, 254 Cares, and my initiatives, Hasulia Kopunguza, are talking to young people, talking and co-creating and finding solutions together as a generation. Because that wasn't done for us. There's a gap. So now that I found my purpose, I can work with any other organization, any other person, any other institution, but I know where I'm going. I'm not following another person's vision. So that's the difference.
Okay, back to this story of your pops.
So
the reason why I'm asking this, dude, 95% of the kids today who I vibe with, they don't have their pops around. I'm actually glad to hear that you still, my wife is a psychologist and at one of the international schools in this country, and one of the biggest problems is just the broken homes you get, and of course that reason alone if me and my wife's marriage works out, it automatically gives my kid
a better chance. Correct.
A head start in life, just because we're together.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
You're right.
I found that insane. So I'm thinking from the perspective of somebody who may not have had their father figure.
Yeah.
How did you either overcome it, or did it affect you?
I feel like because of that absence, I gravitated towards the older guys in society. Like my friends' elder brothers. So even today, some of my friends are much older than I. I find it even very easy talking to my clients, like even across the age bracket. You know, like for example,
I'm shocked by your age because of
people think I'm older than I am, but I'm not. I just started early, and that's the thing. Start early, win early, make mistakes early, recover early.
Okay,
to answer your question, so I gravitated towards them, and you know, like those cool older boys in the hood are at a point in life where they are hanging out with chiles, they are smoking their cigars, they are catching pints. So those are the things I aspired to as a younger boy in primary school. So when I came of age, those are the things that I took up. Share. And today even my brand is about fun. So somehow it works, somehow
but you didn't have a role model to show you this father,
the family,
life.
I didn't have a role model per se to show me that. You're right. So it's a very interesting scenario where I'm trying to figure out how to be a family man myself.
And how old were you at this time?
When I was getting married, I think I was 28, because that's 2015.
How did you get
28 turning 29?
How did you? I've seen some guys who are in a hole right now because of this thing. Yeah? I've seen it, and I've seen them stay in that hole for 4 or 5 years.
You see, it's a horrible place because you
had blogs.
Yeah. So okay, two things. You've asked two questions. So
Paul, as in
from a horrible perspective of going through a breakup or a divorce, it's shattering, to be honest. It's for me, it's one of my most difficult patches in life. I've had 3 extremely difficult patches. 1, when I was carjacked. 2, and when I was carjacked, the guy I was carjacked with was shot and killed.
What?
Yeah. So I watched that happen. The second crazy thing.
How old were you?
I had my first Voxy, so maybe around 2010.
So the guy you're with was your employee?
Yeah, so a guy was coming into an estate and I was exiting the estate. So it's like these guys were trailing this guy. So they popped him and then got into my car and the ordeal began. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Did you think you're going to die?
Yeah, I did. Thought I was going to die. Even at some point, it's like you have a blackout. It's traumatic. So you zima. It's between begging for your life, taking them to the ATM, being beaten with a gun, or being smacked with a pistol. It's amazing. I have a scar somewhere.
Yeah, I can see it.
To date.
You're the second guy who's had this convo with me.
A set of stitches here.
What?
I was bleeding here profusely.
So
it was a bad deal. And you see, these guys are armed. You're defenseless. Hata kama wewe ubeba chuma gani manze, hapo wewe si wateki. You surrender. So me, I surrendered.
For them, whatever you want.
Yeah. I didn't even have much cash. Me, I had like 3 Gs. Because I was from a friend's house, dropping out one of our friends home, then I go home.
So you were the one who was driving?
Yeah, I was the one who was driving. So I'd already dropped my pal in her estate. You see? Yeah. So now I was exiting the estate. Now which is fungua one gate. So there's a car in gang. So I have to wait for this guy to ingia, then I chuck.
Yeah.
So this guy is waiting for the Ochi to open. The Ochi opens, the guy starts driving in, guy shuka. Until the guy says, Mamisha gari! So he tries to drive off the shot. And the guy conquers the wall. The guy just turned the pistol to me like this. The first time, maybe my second time looking at a gun.
Then now they enter.
Then now
this body is there.
The guy just told me fungua gari. So of course I know he's bonoko buda boss. Si ashangusha huyu.
Yeah.
So I just.
He was driving.
He was driving, he was alone. It's like they had been trailing him. Because when he stopped, this guy stopped, then the Ochi opened, then the Shuka, then you get it. Like it's happening in real time. So me, I'm watching it happen. It's happening so fast, you're not even sure what's happening. It's like a movie. And then we've heard about carjackings. You never expect it. It happens when you least expect it. Situational awareness nil. Plus there's nothing I could have done. I couldn't have reversed. You get washani pointia manze. It's like cinema. So it happened so fast. I put my hands up, told me fungua gari. So I did central lock. I opened. He cleared. He hit me with the gun. Yani, it's going down now. So now I can't fight back, bruv.
Yeah, because
he's armed. Yep. And then it's not just one guy. So they take me, send me to the back. Songa nyuma. So I other guys ingia this other side. It's happening so fast. The Ochi would open the gate. Pia ingia kwa gari. No witnesses, bruv. Let's go. Nasha de gari yangu ilikuwa na cut off. So I have to show them. Crazy. Lala chini, so where the miguza, so a Voxy has like one,
there's a lot of space.
So ile ya nyuma huko ndo nimewekwa hapo, lala hapa chini.
And they're taunting you.
Yeah, now it's bad. And then they are speaking loudly. It's real terror. Like one of my worst experiences. After that, I couldn't drive at night. It was just a bad experience.
So they finally let you go. Of course, you're here.
After the ordeal.
So you took your ATM, chumwad everything?
It's an ordeal that lasted from about maybe 12:30 p.m. to a.m. because now after midnight into about 5 a.m. About 4.5 hours.
And they left you with the car?
No, they went to the car.
Did you ever find the car?
Yeah, I found the car. So I had police buddies. Just because of connections, they assisted me to circulate the vehicle. They called me when they found the car. Obviously the car had been ransacked. You know, my activation van had a screen at the back, PA system. Kila kitu ilikuwa imetolewa. They had time. And mimi nilikuwa nimeka maribit nini, nilikuwa nimefunga yani wezi iba. So they had the whole time to do that. Remove my battery. That's some bad stuff.
Hey,
then the deal was really bad. They went, stopped at a police check, paid cash, took an AK-47.
What?
Yeah, straight.
What?
Yeah. The guy tells me, Sasa angalia. So he discharges the magazine, points it at me, and tells me, Kijana, angalia, ujue isi kichungi, shika. It's the first time looking to an AK-47 magazine. Double, so it's like it has 2 rows, a clip, fat bullet. Shika usikie. So ameitoa yani amenigei. One level ya confidence gani. It's just terror. It's really bad. And it was one of my worst experiences. It changed me completely.
Became very guarded and scared.
Yeah, very, very guarded. I went through defensive driving training. I went through a lot up thereafter. Even just to be able to like normalize going out at night. It took me some time.
Hey, Paul, bro, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that, and then when my grandmother passed.
That was your second now?
I think so. Those 3 were really bad experiences.
Okay. So how did you get over the divorce? Or is it something you never get over?
So I think time is a healer. Time is a beautiful healer because it sets you free. It's not something you heal from instantaneously. It took me maybe even over a year. And then you see, scars are for life. Yes,
yeah, I like that.
Scars are for life. You may have gotten over the fact that you're no longer with this woman or this man, but the scar is for life. You see, the scar is for life. It never goes away. Whether you put cologne, sellotape, you go for Botox, scar ni scar. You know, you have childhood scars. If you look at your legs, unajua hizo mascars hawatoi. Haishangi hata ukiuliza mtu huyu ulipataje, atakushow. Hii nilianguka pahali hapa, nilikatwa na sengenge hapa. Ni scar iko. It may have healed topically, but the memory lives on. So what we do over time is that we cease or to think about it. It becomes a non-issue, but it still happened to you. It is trauma can never be expunged from a human being. Whatever trauma it is, accident, zozote, carjacking. Sasa inisumbui, but ni kitu ilinifanyikia. And anytime I think about it, I'm like,
I get.
So by the time I see this thugs being ambushed by cops, but I'm saluting. Even they shouldn't be taken to court. They should be killed on sight. Those are terrorists. That's my personal opinion. You can quote me on that, put it even one day on television. Don't worry. Because these are people who, when they are doing this to you, they do not consider the impact they will leave in your life. When they are aimlessly shooting at another car, at a driver, or shooting into a bus with teachers, or into a mall with people shopping with their kids in a restaurant. Like what is that? Why? Even it's a solid point, because I saw one of them being released from the courts the other day. One of the terror suspects was released.
Then he was captured.
He was abducted. Yeah. Very good. Abduct those guys and pigger them, bana. Angusha Kinyayo days. Because these are not people who are their political activists. These are terrorists, man. These are people who've taken up arms against either their fellow citizens or against innocent human beings. Because if you really feel you're a soldier, suende vitani basi upigane na soldier mwingine. Wewe beba bunduki yako, huyu abebe bunduki yake, nyunyuziane risasi. Lakini sasa ukiingia kwa mall, mtu anakula staftahi na mtoto wake. My former colleague Ruhila that year was killed at that the initial.
Yes, she was. That Westgate.
Yes. They threw a grenade where kids were cooking. Do you understand? A grenade exploding is like thousands of glass
at very high speed.
And nails piercing your body at lightning speed. It's a bad thing. So why are we letting these guys go? I feel like they should not even be taken to court. This is my personal opinion as a Kenyan, and I have the right to express it. Why do we take them to court through a process and then they'll be left out because of a technicality or because the investigation was flawed or some nonsense, a file was lost? Nonsense. They should be taken out before they even presented to the police station. As long as we know who hao ndio na mada wase, wangushwe tu speedy watolewe kwa hii system. That is how we'll stop this nonsense, because it's brutal. So with the brutality they exercise on others, the brutality they should be repaid.
I remember once there was a clip that went around of a guy just popping a guy in Tao. Pop. A cop.
Yeah, that's how they should be taken out.
But that guy had caused so much drama in his sleeve or in he had jacked so many guys, killed so many guys.
They are given warnings, They should just
But there's something that you've said in that story that I'm going to just mention, then we just move on. That they stopped at a police station.
At a police check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how there are barriers on the road. Yes.
And then in that police, and this is the second time somebody on CTA is saying this.
Boss.
They got the gun from the cops.
They got the AK, not just a small pistol, a CZ, Seska, whatever. It is an AK-47. AK-47 shoots 2 bullets at once. What are we talking about? 47 rounds in a chamber. You're hiring from a police officer employed to protect and service fellow citizens or her fellow citizens. So most of the times they're hiring arms from police. That is fact.
I'm telling you, this is the second time I've had somebody on CTA.
Habari afande, and I'm in the car. Some of the chums they got from the ATM, because they withdrew a maximum of, I think, 40, 50 Gs.
Yeah.
They gave the cop part of that, and they gave them the AK for that period. And then now they use that same AK to
get more.
Yes, they're stopping, taking other cars, other people. I'm hearing guys screaming like some bad stuff.
What? When
with my whip.
So now imagine guys would have thought it was you.
Yeah.
I mean, even if a guy was, he would have thought you're just part of them. You can't explain. Even me, I've been carjacked.
Yeah. It's just a bad thing.
Hey, bro, God had angels watching over you.
Sure. Praise God.
Okay. Let's go back to this career, bro. Paul, about that experience, man. Let's go on with your journey, bro. Have you seen how long we've been vibing?
Yeah, it's good. Let's go.
5 a.m. guys were up and ready.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I love it. So where does the story? Let's talk about now hustle yako.